The other big theme, the Omega theme in Sasol, is that you've got some really big projects on the horizon outside of Southern Africa, specifically in North America, specifically in the Lake Charles region of Louisiana. Can you give us an update on the two projects that you're looking at there, how they're progressing, how the engineering work's going, and what the next stages are in terms of funding?
The two big projects in the US, as you know, based in Louisiana at our Lake Charles facility, where we already have an operations footprint, are going to be the ethane cracker with some of the derivative plants that are associated with that. And we anticipate that that project will reach FID towards, in financial year 14, probably second half of financial year 14. The work is progressing well. Fluor has been appointed as our engineering contractor, or to do the engineering for that project, and it's going according to plan. The second big project in that region is obviously the GTL aspiration we have there, which is 2 GTL plants, and that will follow 18 to 24 months after the cracker. And I think towards the end of last year, we appointed Technip to do the engineering work on that for us.
And it's going to require a lot of capital investments. You've got a very ungeared balance sheet at the moment. Do you have the financial wherewithal to pursue these projects?
Well, as you've noted, our gear, we're very ungeared at the moment, so there's a lot of headroom there in terms of our own ability to secure funding and to provide funding. But our funding opportunities in the US are being explored, and we don't think that there'll be significant challenges in that regard.
And on the engineering front, are you seeing that all of the initial phases, the feasibility studies, are starting to come to forward in the form that you thought during the feed phase, or have there been any surprises?
Until now, most of the stuff that we're seeing in the engineering phase is as we've kind of expected. There's been no train smashes or real surprises. We continue to learn from all our projects globally and build that learning into the new projects, but there's nothing strange that has cropped up or unusual that we've seen at this point in time.
The fear expressed by some South Africans is that this is an immigration of a great South African company to the US because it's such a large investment. What assurances can you give to South Africa and Southern Africa that Sasol will remain here for the long run?
It's an important question, and one that we face often. And sure, our growth projects in the US are big, but our investment in this region and in South Africa and Southern Africa is and has been significant and will always be significant. We're committed to the region. We've developed a 2050 mindset and a strategy for the region. I think in this year and the next financial year, of the 92 billion capital that we'll be spending, at least our current plans indicate, over 50% of that are still going to be in this region. Our expansion in the US is absolutely not a move away from South Africa. It's just part of our growth internationally. And as I said, we really are committed to this region as well. The South African value chain delivers and will deliver significant value for Sasol for a long time, and we're absolutely not moving away from our commitment in this region, both in South Africa and in Mozambique.
Mozambique was flagged again as an important jurisdiction for you. You've got already operations there, you're already producing gas and supplying that into the South African economy and to your own works. But there's opportunities that are opening up in the north of Mozambique that where you haven't necessarily discovered the gas, but there is gas that's there. And it was flagged today that there's opportunities you feel to leverage some of your technologies, both gas to liquids, as well as maybe power generation for the region in that area. Can you unpick those for us?
As part of our deliberations, and recently we've spoken with our board as well about our aspirations to play an important role in Mozambique, both in monetizing the gas that's been found and the additional gas that we think is available in the southern Mozambican area. So we're active there and looking at projects and looking at working together with the Mozambican government to monetize that gas. But we're also talking to players that are in the let's call it the northern Mozambican basins, which is still early, as you know, but there is a lot of gas there. And it's in the context of that we believe that the gas reserves in Mozambique do lend themselves to monetization opportunities, and we carefully monitor that space and try to understand how our own GTL can play a role, obviously related to opportunities from a market point of view as well. So we're actively engaging with role players both in southern and northern Mozambique, and will where appropriate try to participate in the opportunities that then unfold in those areas.
And obviously South Africa at the moment, but the region in particular, is short of electricity. And you really are building a 140 megawatt gas-fired power station down in southern Mozambique. Are there any opportunities specifically in the electricity generation side that you could look to tap into from Mozambique?
I think we are considering and looking at additional gas-to-power opportunities in the region. Surely those will take some time to come to fruition if we were to make some calls in that regard. We have capacity in South Africa as well, and we utilize that or maximize the power generation that we do in the region, given the current situation, certainly. So we look for those opportunities, and we'll work with our partners in Mozambique. There is interest, but also in other potential monetization projects as well.
Thank you, and thanks very much for your time.